Hey everybody, JC here with another TNI news video. Now before we get into this week's news, I want to talk to you guys about some new t-shirts that we're offering for the websites. I'm starting off with a shirt for Marvelous News, but if these sell, then I'll probably end up doing shirts for the other sites as well. Now the thing about these shirts is they're pretty basic. They just have the site logo on the front and the maroon color like you see on the website for Marvelous News. And this is kind of a way where you can help promote the site when you wear the shirt, but also the proceeds of the sale of the shirt costs $14.99, and when you buy a shirt, basically the proceeds will go towards helping with the day-to-day costs of running the site. Things like server fees and purchasing review samples and along those lines. So if you've been looking for a way to help support the site, this is kind of a cool way to do it. You get something in return. The shirts are being sold through Teespring, so I'll put a link to them below in the video description. And I'm hoping to sell 100 of these within the next 17 days. So I would really appreciate you guys supporting this. Help spread the word if you can buy one. And to kind of sweeten the pot, I'm going to do a giveaway. So basically for every shirt that you buy, I will put your name into a drawing to win a complete wave of Marvel Legends, Spider-Man, Sandman Build-A-Figure wave. Basically the complete wave of the Sandman Build-A-Figure wave. So if you to enter the contest, you purchase the shirt, and then just make sure you like the video here and just post a comment saying that you purchased one, and then your name will in the video description below, and then your name will be entered into a drawing. And you can buy, basically if you buy 3 shirts, your name will be entered in 3 different times if you want to give away one for a gift or what have you. Again, just a way to sweeten the pot. And I will do a second drawing, a second place winner basically, and give away a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, a Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool figure. So we'll do 2 drawings. The shirt campaign is going to last for 17 days, and then we'll do the drawing in 18 days, and then the winner will be announced. I'll contact the winner via posting in the comments section below and let them know they've won. So you want to just check back, either make sure you get notifications when someone replies to your comment, or check back in 18 days to see if your name was selected. But again, this is a great way to help with the site, help support the site, help promote the site, and you get a cool shirt return and a chance to win some Marvel Legends. Okay, so starting with the news this week, we've got a lot of Marvel stuff to cover, but before we get to the Marvel, let's talk about the one DC item that I have on for today's news, and that's a new Mezco 112 Collective Previews exclusive Deathstroke the Terminator figure. So this figure is being listed as the Stealth Deathstroke. It's a variant of their regular Deathstroke figure that they're releasing. This is being released as a Previews exclusive, which means you can order it through the Previews magazine from Diamond Distributor. Your comic book shops can order it for you if you want, or you can go online to places like Big Bad Toy Store. The figure is slated with a September release and will cost $80, and the figure is going to have 30 points of articulation, hand-painted authentic detailing, interchangeable hands, armored collars, shoulder pads, chest armor, machine gun, handgun, and other accessories like multiple hands in the figure stand and everything. So, if you're a Deathstroke fan, you'll probably definitely want to check that one out. Also, with 112 Collective, Mezco released official images for their upcoming Marvel Doctor Strange figure. We first saw this figure at Toy Fair back in February, but it is now up for pre-order at places like Big Bad Toy Store. It will be released in November, will cost about $80. You get the interchangeable hands and the figure stand and everything. You're also going to get 2 versions of the Eye of Agamotto, an open and closed version, the sculpted gloves on each hand. You're going to get a cloak of levitation that's going to have wiring in it so you can pose it so it looks like it's actually levitating. You're going to get an astral form projection piece that you can attach to the back of the figure, which is pretty cool. You're going to get 2 spell effects, a defensive one and an offensive one. So this thing's going to be chocked with quite a bit of accessories and everything. And again, that figure will be released in November. We also got an update on the Revoltech comic book Wolverine figure, the Yamaguchi Wolverine figure. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. We had seen some images. So we've got some more images, and then it is up for pre-order now, so you can go to places like Big Bad Toy Store and you can pre-order the figure. Big Bad Toy Store has it listed with a price of $74.99, and it will be released in September. The figure is going to include interchangeable parts, including facial expressions, hands, claws, and even come with a cigar. So if you've been collecting the Revoltech line, this Wolverine figure actually looks like one of the best looking figures in the entire line. All of them have good articulation, but in my opinion some look better than others, and this one actually looks pretty good. I think it has a kind of a Marvel versus Capcom feel to it. And then this week Hasbro released official images for their Marvel San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. These had leaked out a couple weeks ago on eBay, but now we're getting official information and images. So first of all, the 12-inch Marvel Legends Daredevil figure, that is in fact a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, as I suspected it was going to be. The figure said to have 30 points of articulation, and is going to come in this premium red packaging with brails on it. And it's going to have some artwork from Joe Quesada from Marvel Comics. And it's going to have multiple heads, so you get that beat up Matt Murdock unmasked head, and you've got the removable mask piece that he can hold in his hand, so it looks like he takes off his hand or takes off his mask. You're going to get alternate hands and the baton or his billy clubs. So pretty nice looking figure, and if you've been collecting the 12-inch figures, then you should definitely want to check that out. Now this is a Comic-Con exclusive, but if you can't make it to Comic-Con, both this and the other exclusive are said to be available, will be made available, at least limited numbers, will be made available on the Hasbro Toy Shop website sometime after the convention. Now the Daredevil figure is going to cost $59.99. And then they also released just today official images for the Marvel Legends 6-inch Thor box set. So this is the set that includes figures of Boar, Calith, so I always screw up that name, Jane Foster Thor, Unworthy Thor, and Ulick, which is probably a Build-A-Figure, which will probably see a single release in an upcoming Thor wave. Most of these probably will see some kind of single released with variant paint applications and such. But if you want to get them all together in this box set, it's going to cost you $99.99, which isn't too bad of a price. And again, like with the Marvel Legends Daredevil, the 12-inch Daredevil, there will be a limited number made available at Hasbro Toy Shop after San Diego Comic-Con. And it comes in pretty elaborate packaging, this box set, which the Marvel Legend exclusives are pretty well known for, with having the really fancy packaging. So this one, pretty much is the same. Okay, so that's it for news this week. If you want to see high-res images for all the things I talked about today, go to the websites. I have the links down below, especially for the new Thor Marvel Legends. Those were just released today, so check out the high-res images over at marvelousnews.com. Okay, so for this week's Q&A, which if you're not familiar with, you ask a question in the comments section below of these news videos, and then I try and read them on air for the next time and answer them to the best of my ability. So this week I've got 3 different questions, and if you have a question you want me to try and read next time, just post it down below. Again, just put Q&A and put your question, and I'll try and get to it. But for this week, our first question comes from Apollo Ape, and he asks, have you heard anything about Hasbro releasing another Star Wars Black Series 6-inch scale large vehicle like with the First Order TIE Fighter we got last year? As far as hearing anything about large vehicles, so we did get the announcement during Celebration about the Land Speeder and Rey's Speeder from Force Awakens, but those are the smaller size vehicles. I've not heard anything specific about large vehicles. There have been rumblings ever since basically Force Awakens came out that there was an X-Wing planned. And in fact, I think Hasbro, they kind of hinted at it. And so I think that's definitely something that they had planned to do and maybe still will. But I don't know for sure. A large, I think, part is going to be based on how the sales were with the TIE Fighter. So what it comes down to is I think that's definitely something they wanted to do. And they might still, I don't know. But when I've talked to Hasbro about it, like at Toy Fair and stuff, they kind of wavered a little bit and made it sound like maybe it wasn't coming. So it's hard to say for sure, but that's the only large vehicle I've heard about is even a possibility. And if we do get that, I'm sure it will be released along with the new movie. That Wonderful Man asks, hey JC, do you think DC Collectibles will go into DC Rebirth as deep as they did with the New 52 line? No, at least if you're talking about how in-depth they went in with the 7-inch New 52 figures, I don't think we will see that many figures done for icons, especially if they end up going to a 2-pack system or a diorama pack system like we see with the Superman Doomsday. I mean, we're definitely getting a number. We got the box set, which gave us most of the main team, and we've got like Supergirl and the Robin and Superboy figures coming. But I definitely don't think they will go as in-depth with the new, like they did with New 52 with their 7-inch scale line. I hope I'm wrong, but again, I would tend to doubt it. Luis Rodriguez asks, "Hey JC, how do you feel about the Mattel Multiverse line? I love DC, but I stopped buying those Mattel action figures because I feel they're not worth the $20 price point. They lack articulation and they're usually just plain ugly. Do you agree?" I don't totally agree with you. I think that some of the Mattel figures are hit and miss. I think the price point is pretty standard for today's 6-inch action figures with any kind of remote articulation. I would say that, you know, if you're comparing them to Marvel Legends, you do get a little bit more for your money with Marvel Legends. But especially with recent waves of the multiverse, I think they've definitely improved as far as the looks of the figures. I think we've actually gotten some pretty nice figures in the last few waves, especially with their Collect and Connect figures, like the King Shark. That was a really nice figure. So while I agree with you on the articulation is not on par with, say, Marvel Legends, I do think there are definitely some winners in the multiverse line from Mattel. I definitely wouldn't suggest buying them all. There are definitely some losers in that line. And again, it would definitely be nice if Mattel picked up their articulation a little bit on the line and tried to be more competitive with the Marvel Legends. But I do, you know, like some of the figures in the line, and I don't just totally write that line off. Okay, so that's it for this week's Q&A. Like I said, if you have a question you'd like me to read and try and answer for next time, just ask it down below in the comment section. Just put Q&A with your question, and I'll try and get to it. As always, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about what we talked about this week. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And if you're so inclined, hit that like button. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I also launched a new personal vlog channel. It's videos where I just basically talk about random thoughts. You know, I don't spend a lot of time with editing on those, so it's a very raw type video. But if you're just interested in hearing things, you know, just thoughts about current things going on or what have you, it's not necessarily about toys and stuff, but you know, I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. I posted a video the other day where I talked about Iron Man training, and if maybe will have posted by now, or if not very soon, my thoughts on Star Trek and the new TV series Discovery. So that's it, and until next time, guys, I will catch you later.